Good morning, traders. This video is a companion and follow-up to a video I released. Actually, it's kind of releasing right now. It's still processing, of a live trade I took earlier this morning, Monday, December 7th. I took this at the market open, a couple of trades on Onct and Hcac, and they both failed, but I'm trying out kind of a little bit of a twist on my strategy and my trading plan. Basically, my entries are more or less the same, but the thing that I'm doing different is I'm holding until 2R. So that means holding 2 times my risk. So in order to do that, you have to figure out, you can see here are the 2 trades that I took right here, and they were both red. This one I put in yellow. It was still a red trade, but I put it in yellow because it's an entry that I'm no longer going to take, because I see with this doing this all or nothing 2R, it's just not going to work often enough. So that's why that's in yellow. But you can see, even with those trades and those entries, if I would have held them to 2R, they would have actually gone, and I would be green on the day. Instead, I'm red. So, you know, not to say that the 2R thing, you're always going to be green. Of course not. I mean, everything fails some of the time. But you can see these trades that I took this morning, and then all the trades that I took last week, if I would have held them to 2R, I would have been green on the week, and I'm red. So that's kind of the reason why I'm switching to this 2R thing. But of course, the transition is going to be a little bit tough. So this week, you know, there's going to be some bumps along the way. That's to be expected. So if you watch that video, you're going to see exactly what happened. Basically, I entered on this first candle, and I got shaken. What is it? Shooken or shaken out? I can't think. But anyway, I got shook out, I guess, when it broke below where I had set my stop, right? I figured if it broke this level, this was like a nice support area in the pre-market, and if it broke that level, I considered the trade to fail, and it did break, and I got out. So I took a small loss on that. And then the thing ended up turning around and reversing. So what I think I'm going to do, because this 2R thing kind of requires a little bit more of a commitment, and for it to work out, you kind of, I think, need a little bit wider stops, and you need things to settle down even just a little bit more than they do on the very first candle. So one of the changes I'm going to make to my strategy and my plan is to not trade on the first 1 minute candle. I know it's still aggressive even to trade on the second one, but I'm okay with that for now until I see some obvious results that this isn't working. And for example, here on Onct, which was very volatile at the open, if I would have traded for the break of this candle, so I would have got in ideally at 402, and then the stop loss would have been, so getting in on this candle means my stop loss is going to be the low of the previous candle, or the break of the low of the previous candle. So that's 386. So from 386 to 402, what is that? 16 cents, right? So that's 1R is 16 cents. So that's what I would be losing, 16 cents per share, if the trade went against me. And it almost would have stopped me out, because look at this second candle went to, this 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth candle went right back down to 386. But the way the stop loss works is it has to break that level. So I would have to be strong on that. If I had a hard stop in place, it would have been at 385, not 386. So I just would have to really commit. And there are times where it's going to stop you out by 1 cent. But I think overall, you're going to end up green on your weeks and your months by doing this. So now, in order for the trade to win, it has to go twice that risk level. So from 402 to 386, what did we say? That was 16 cents. So it has to go to 32 cents. So 434 is where I would have hit 2R. And it doesn't quite make it on this candle, but you know, then it does a little pullback, and then it makes it over here. So if I would have just done the 2R trading, of course I couldn't have really got it on this first candle, because there's no way to really place your stop and consider where 2R is and all that. But if I would have done it on this third candle, which is a legitimate entry, the break of a 1 minute high, then it definitely would have went to 2R. Even if you waited till the break of this level, like getting in on this candle, it still, I believe, went to 2R. So anyway, those are much better entries that I could have taken and stuck to my guns with the 2R thing. But that's going to be the real challenge, is like once I'm in the trade, just putting an order out there to sell all at 2R, and then just sitting back and letting the trade play out, letting it, turn against me. Sometimes it might even go below my entry, but as long as it doesn't hit my stop, I have to stay in the trade. That is going to be the hardest thing. So I actually took 2 trades, if you watch the video that I released on Onct, and both of them went to 2R. Now the Hcac didn't go to 2R, but it did have an entry a little later that, if I was trading it a little later, it did easily go to 2R. But, I was trading off of the watch list view in that previous video. You should really watch, because I was kind of making a lot of silly mistakes. But basically I took a trade here, and I was watching this rip up at the open, and once it broke the first minute candle's new high, or made a new high past that first minute candle, I bought in there, but then it failed. It went against me, and I did stop out and only lost like 18 cents or something on that trade. So that wasn't a big deal. But just to so even if that thing, so that did fail, right? So, and I did enter that into my spreadsheet here, that this thing did fail, and it was a 42-cent risk. That if it went all the way to the bottom of the previous candle, I stopped out before that because I only took 19-cent loss on it. But if I would have done the 2R thing, it didn't go, right? And then this spreadsheet, I have it set so it calculates the 2R for me. You can see I've got all of these, I don't even know what they're called, but the little squares in the spreadsheet. I know how to use it, but I don't know all the terminology. But anyway, this is calculating all of my entries for each day, and then figuring out if they went 2R or not. So this one, the 2R gave me, a nice return, and then this ate a little bit of it. But because this, 2R is better than losing 1R, right? So I'm still green I would still be green on the day. So that's kind of how the 2R thing works, that you can still lose trades and still be green on the day, where, here I am trying to like manage my trades manually, and I end up red on the day. So yeah, I mean, that's it. I just kind of wanted to follow up on this. Oh, and let me just show you really quick where this thing did easily make 2R. And it still looks kind of like a little bit of a sketchy entry for me, because it's a big candle. You're getting in front of a big candle, and that's something that, kind of normally scared me a little bit. But with this 2R thing, you just have to trust the statistics, and that overall you're going to win at least as many as you're losing. But because you're getting 2R on your winners and losing 1R on your losers, you're going to be green. So here is a great entry. Like, this thing sold off, and then it starts to reverse. This candle here is like a sign of reversal, because the price action's getting pushed up. So one possible entry is for the break of the high of this candle, which is 16.85, right? So at 16.86, I would get in. My stop loss would be 16.55. Let's just call it 30 cents just to make it easy. So what did I say? 16.86. So that's, let's see, 14 cents. 17.16, I believe it would have to go to get your 2R, and look, it did that easily. Or wait, did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did that right. Oh no, I just did the 30 cents, so it's got to go 60 cents. So let's see, 16.86 plus 60 cents is let's see, 17. I'm trying to do this in my head. 17.46, I believe. So 17.46, it went easily to 17.46, right? It went even higher than that. So you definitely would have been filled at 2R on that trade. And so it's just another example of the 2R thing on strong stocks and decent entries. They don't even have to be perfect entries. It'll work out in the long run. So that's the plan for this week, is to try to be really strong about these 2R entries and also taking good entries. So I'm going to just change the entering on the first 1 minute candle and try again tomorrow and see how we do. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions about it. I know this is kind of weird stuff and a lot of talking and chit-chatting, but I'm trying to really get my strategy together here this month. And I was green last month, but, you know, kind of tiny green. So I'm just trying to make more sense. And I know this 2R thing works. There's a lot of pro traders that use it. And, you know, it's more of like a hands-off. You put in your entry, then you put in your orders, and you let the trade do its thing, and then that's it. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow, and hope you guys are trading well, and have a great day.